have a 4-year degree in classical animation, which means all the old Disney movies you see where they drew each frame, that's what I have a degree in, bachelor's degree. It wasn't until I moved out and started working that I was like, oh, I love books. So my mom is a librarian, and I grew up reading a lot. Put your hand on your head if you like to read. So I love reading, and I love books. And I always thought in order to be an author, somebody had to give you like a license. So I thought like there was a man somewhere, and he'd be like, okay, here you go, you're like a writer. You get your like writer's license. And it turns out all you have to do to be a writer is write. So I wrote my first book. It took me about, I think, a year and a half after I started seriously thinking about writing books to sort of get anywhere with it. When you write for publishers, you usually get an agent first. So I made my manuscript for Are We There Yeti, found an agent, and then my agent submitted my manuscript to publishers. Recently, I started, speaking of like learning new skills, I obviously do picture books because I like to draw, and recently I started writing a novel, which was very scary because I was like, oh, I don't know how to write. How am I supposed to write a novel? But if you read and if you study, you can do anything if you just try, My first draft of my novel was like terrible. It was so awful. But that's why you write and you rewrite. So if you do like reading and you like writing, write. It doesn't have to be your job.
Because my 2 kids, they're like, I want to be an author, I want to write a book, and I want to do this, and I'm not a writer, and I'm just a reader, and I'm just a mom. So I'm like, I don't know how I would do that. I don't know where I would start with. The little one, he loves to draw, my Antono, whatever you call him, and Julie, they love to write and